Up next, we got Korra versus Storm. Um, I'm gonna be real. I watched a bit of Avatar back in the day. It was a great show. Everyone loves Avatar. Um, I don't think I ever watched Korra. I don't think I have seen a single episode. Um, that's not to say I don't know nothing about Korra. I've seen clips on the internet. I've heard stuff, but I don't think I've ever watched a full episode. Just sat down and watched the show. Um, that being said, anyone who's been watching the channel or has watched my other videos, uh, knows I love comic books. I'm a bigger DC fan than Marvel, but Marvel's still great. Um, and Storm, she's not just a mutant. I'm pretty sure she's an Omega level mutant, first of all, which means she's the best of the best. And second of all, she is often mistaken or revered as like an elemental weather goddess. I just don't think Korra's going to be able to stand up to that. She controls what? Fire, water, air, earth. But like Storm can do anything with the weather as far as I know. Like acid rain, lightning storms, all like fucking tornadoes, all kinds of shit, man. I think she's got this. I'm going with Storm.
This episode of Death Viagra Benefit Bluetooth Promotion. Avatar Korra, the master of all four elements. Storm, the X-Men's goddess of the storms. Weather. The building blocks of our natural world are nothing if not tempestuous and unpredictable. Which means you gotta be some kind of badass to control them. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Low energy. Cliff it up!
I don't want to clip it up. Give me my skip button.
That's
Oh shit. Did not mean to double click like that. I wanted to just
Hilsenberg Maltese.
skip there.
Avatar Inc., savior of the world, uniter of four nations, destroyer of cabbages. But like all avatars, after decades of service, he passed away. Humanity would have to move forward and prepare his next reincarnation to take up his mantle. But who could fill Aang's shoes? Her name was Korra.
Wiz, who is that?
Did you leave the door open again?
She wasn't the next one though, right? I thought like he had kids or whatever. One of them was the next Avatar before this. Was she the next Avatar? I thought there was an Avatar before her. Maybe I'm wrong. Like I said, I've never seen the show.
Deuces, gents. Unlike her carefree predecessor, the hot-headed Deuces.
Hold on, wait.
Wiz, who is that?
Did you leave the door open again? Deuces, gents. Unlike her carefree
She's sticking
predecessor,
around?
the hot-headed, obstinate Korra was an Avatar prodigy from day one.
I'm the Avatar! You gotta deal with it!
Well, Aang struggled to accept his role in the world. Korra
I cannot tell you how fast I would backhand that little kid. What the fuck was that? Smashes a wall of the Avatar. Deal with it. Korra, 5'7", 137 pounds. Reincarnation of the Avatar Spirit. Contains the light spirit Rava. Likes pro bending, Naga, and Asami. Asimi? Asami? I don't know. I know she's a lesbian, and that's her girlfriend, but I don't know how to pronounce the name.
never wanted to be anything else.
Not only is she an expert hand-to-hand fighter on her own, as a bender, Korra can manipulate the natural world around her through martial arts. And as the Avatar, she is the only living being who can bend all four elements at once.
Whoop-de-doo.
Earth, fire, air. Not you.
Straight from the Southern
Not
Water
you.
Tribe, Korra can control tendrils of water, form massive walls of ice, and generate huge tsunamis.
Aang once raised the sea level to put out these huge fires. Looking at the size of the area and what it'd take to submerge it, he had to move over 35 million metric tons of water. And
Just about waving his arms around.
Incarnation of Aang and every past avatar, she should be just as powerful.
With earthbending, Korra can heave big-ass boulders around, shape and control metal, and even tear apart the ground beneath her enemy's feet. Kinda like when her avatar ancestor Kyoshi broke off a chunk of a continent, dragged it across a bay, and basically just created a new island named after herself.
She's just like, fuck that, I'm out.
Shit.
By measuring the size of the island to get its mass and the size of the bay to get the distance Kyoshi dragged it, displacing this much rock would require an energy over 21 gigatons of TNT. That's almost 15 times more energy than the entire world's nuclear arsenal detonating at the same time.
With firebending, Korra can fire blast.
Glider staff, earth bending, earth levitation, earth wall and metal bending, water bending, water tower, steam manipulation and ice manipulation, air bending, air scooter, air spout and flight, fire bending, fire breathing and jet propulsion, energy bending, bending removal, can grant bending, spiritual energy manipulation, and the avatar state, combined powers and skills of all prior avatars plus Rava.
So, well, fire, jet into the sky like a rocket, or breathe like a friggin' dragon.
The perfect element to match Korra's hot-headed temper. However, her final element was completely different. Due to its inherently zen, free-flowing nature,
Yeah, she
Korra
wasn't good at air.
struggled at first to master airbending.
But like all
You
good
suck.
prodigies, she figured it out anyways.
With airbending, Korra can shoot powerful gusts of wind, fly around on tornadoes, and create a cute little air scooter.
She used this element to defeat the bloodbender Amon, who was fast enough to dodge lightning.
He's not the only one.
Like,
Zuko
Killa, just, can we talk about these air scooters, man?
fly around on tornadoes and create a cute little air scooter.
Look at these things. Like, come on, you can't tell me if you knew airbending, you wouldn't be riding around on these things all the time. I would do that 24/7, bro. Fuck riding a bicycle or walking around town. I'm riding a fucking air scooter, bro. Sorry, I love these things. When I saw these in the original, when I saw Aang do this in the original Avatar, man, fucking hilarious.
She used this element to defeat the bloodbender Amon, who was fast enough to dodge lightning.
He's not the only one. Zuko and Iroh have caught and dodged lightning as well, and Iroh even caught one from the sky. The leader of a lightning bolt moves at 60,000 meters per second. Comparing the distance Amon moved relative to the bolt, he must have been moving over 200 times the speed of sound.
But Korra's
Damn.
more than just a badass martial arts superhero. She also acts as the bridge between the mortal and spirit worlds.
Yeah.
The spirit world is a separate plane of reality, and
While characters typically spiritually project themselves into the spirit world, it is indeed possible to enter physically via portals. Strong outbursts of spiritual energy can also tear holes into the spiritual world.
Korra is stronger while she's physically there. Her direct connection isn't coincidence. She and every avatar before her are fused with the spirit of light, Rava. Every time the avatar dies and reincarnates,
what
Rava
the
searches
fuck?
out the spirit to bond with their new body, a staple of Hindu and Buddhist cosmology. I've done a lot of research into reincarnation, which I'll demonstrate today with Boomstick and this anvil.
Wait, what?
Now, the avatar is usually reborn into a different nation,
What the
but I've set
fuck?
this up so Boomstick will reincarnate into the nearest vessel, this identical clone body.
Oh no.
I feel funny.
Why did you do me?
What the fuck?
Where'd my banana go?
Cut off his leg and everything.
You, just you, building your app on base 44.
Jeez, what the fuck was that?
Not messing with your soul, Korra can remove or restore your bending, bring her past lives for advice, and tap into the kick-ass avatar state.
The avatar state massively boosts Korra's raw bending power, turning her
Yeah.
into effectively a demigod and the de facto
Let
most
you whoop
powerful
ass.
being on the planet, if she wasn't already.
Despite that, Korra's no stranger to failure. She was severed from her connection to the past avatars and was almost killed while in the avatar state, which would have ended her cycle of reincarnation entirely.
That
What a
last breath of
failure.
death left her physically and emotionally crippled for years. Even
Oh.
after physical therapy, her fiery spirit struggled to reignite.
Korra's entire identity was wrapped up in being the avatar, all the way from day one.
And the biggest trials she had to face were when her place in the world was challenged. Would everyone be better off without an avatar? Or bending
Probably.
at all?
But Korra's nothing if not one hell of a fighter.
Sorry, just because they asked that question, I gotta shout it out. Go check out Film Theory. They did a whole video on that, on whether or not the avatars actually just cause more problems than they solve, and whether or not the world would be better off if Korra was just the last avatar. If she just gave up and, let the fucking cycle end.
No matter what life threw at her, she always got back up to kick ass.
Korra once blocked an energy blast from a giant.
Made thousands of tons of ice to restrain Kubira's mech. Survived a 5.3 megaton spirit cannon explosion. Survived acute metal poisoning. Started a new avatar cycle after the previous had been severed. Defeated Amon, Batu, Zahir, and Kubira.
Spirit cannon, which created this massive crater in the center of Republic City and almost killed everyone.
Taking a look at the width and depth of this crater and assuming it was all vaporized, Korra must have held back a blast worth almost 6 megatons of TNT. More
Damn,
queen
not
shit.
bad.
And during harmonic convergence,
Stop with the queen shit. I mean, come on. Like, I mean, I get it, okay? Girls are powerful, blah, blah, blah. Like, whatever, man. You don't need to constantly remind us about it. It's like when in Endgame, when they did that whole fucking, like, girl lineup fucking scene and had them all, like, fight together. It's like, we get it. You have female superheroes. I didn't think they were any less than the male superheroes. You rubbing it in my face like that though, and like screaming girl power at the top of your lungs is just annoying. Anyway, it's likely that Korra was only able to do this due to the massive influx of cosmic energy available at the time in conjunction with the spiritual nature of the Tree of Time, and it's unlikely to be usable in a normal fight. What are they talking about?
6 megatons of TNT. More queen shit.
And during harmonic convergence, Korra tapped into enough spirit energy to turn into a giant kaiju and battle the dark avatar Unalaq for the fate of the world.
Wiz, I told you, we don't talk about season 2. Okay, 1 was cool.
From taking down anarchist revolutionaries to fascist empires.
I don't know what he means. Like, tell me in the comments. Was season 2 bad? Is that why they don't talk about season 2? Why do we not talk about season 2? I've never seen the show. I don't know.
Korra proved herself as an avatar worthy of her forebearers.
With her teammates Mako and Bolin, teachers like Tenzin and Toph, and badass girlfriend Asami by her side, there was nothing she couldn't do.
Queen shit?
Queen shit.
Stop with that. But wait, hold on.
Teachers like Tenzin and Toph.
Damn. Top still kicking ass all those years later, huh? Good on her, man. That deserves some serious props. She was my favorite character.
And badass girlfriend Asami by her.
Come on, little girl. Give me your best shot.
Watching her beat Garo, that was awesome.
Chump.
Boomstick. Do you know what happens to a person
Gara.
who's struck by lightning?
The same thing that happens to everything else?
You got it.
Do you know what happens to white-haired mutants whose parents are killed by a plane crash? They become badass weather witches.
After Aurora Monroe's
Comic
parents
books.
were that, she was forced to fend for herself on the streets of Cairo under the tutelage of Ahmed El-Jabbar.
The life of a street rat wasn't doing it for Aurora, so she took off across the Sahara in search of a real home.
And that's when she began to master her music.
Full name, Aurora Monroe. Age, late 20s. 5'11", 145 pounds. Also known as the Wave Rider. Former Queen of Wakanda, and is worshipped as a weather goddess. See, that's what I was saying, man. She's a literal goddess. I don't care if she's bonded with, Korra's bonded with some spirit of light bullshit, Storm's cooking her ass. I'm calling it.
In the same way that Homo sapiens, humans, evolved from earlier hominids like Homo erectus. Go ahead. Homo superior, or mutants, are an offshoot of regular humans. They possess the X gene on their 23rd chromosome that effectively grants them superpowers.
But it's a lottery. You could end up like old Beak here.
Yeah.
Or
Sorry.
you could end up like Aurora and possess complete control over the weather itself, while being super hot, unlike Beak.
I do have to point out, not complete control. If she loses control of her emotions, she will lose control of her powers. She has to be very careful of that. If she gets too sad and doesn't control it properly, it will start to rain. If she gets mad, a tornado will just rip through the place. Like, she has to be careful.
No, no.
For all she knew, she was a goddess sent straight from heaven, and that's exactly what the local tribes thought when she arrived in her ancestral Kenyan homeland.
Aurora's mutant gene allows her to psionically manipulate the atmosphere.
She has a staff? I don't think I've ever actually seen that staff. Maybe in some of the older comics. Um, air manipulation, flight, tornadoes, and fog. Lightning manipulation. Sorry, did I say flight manipulation? Alright, I meant air manipulation. Maybe I said air manipulation. I don't know. Sometimes I talk too fast for my own good, man. Lightning manipulation. Lightning bolts, EMP blasts, shock waves, water manipulation, tsunamis, ice storms, and rainfall. And she has a sixth sense. Senses extend across the globe and can manipulate individual storms. And her weather powers work on other planets and dimensions. Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. It's like, if she goes to a place where it rains acid, she can control that acid. She can make an acid storm. You know, if she went to a dimension where tornadoes were made of fire, she'd be able to make tornadoes made of fire. That's just how her powers work. She controls the fucking, like, weather of the area she's in, like, of the dimension she's in.
Capable
planet.
of summoning a hurricane with less than a conscious thought.
When she does feel like using conscious thoughts, something Wiz tells me I struggle with, Aurora can create storms that cover the entire Earth.
Her weather manipulation isn't just powerful, but precise. She can call upon massive tidal waves, conceal herself in fog, and even generate localized blizzards cold enough to freeze lava.
She can summon bolts of lightning, even ones that are continents away, or generate electricity inside your brain. And she once zapped Cyclops with enough lightning to...
The energy that reignited the ring came exclusively from Storm's lightning, with Cyclops simply converting the lightning into a beam. As such, Storm's energy output scales to the ring's reignition.
Restart an artificial sun called the Ring of Fire, a name that reminds me of the morning after Taco Tuesday.
Encircling the planet Polemarchus, the Ring of Fire provided all the same energy as a regular star.
But her favorite element is probably wind. With it, she can blow people away with tornadoes, suck the air out of a person's lungs, and generate enough lift to fly. She once flew fast enough to reach the edge of Earth's atmosphere from ground level in just a few seconds.
By measuring the angle and size of the Earth to get the distance and estimating a time frame of about 5 seconds, Aurora had to have flown at 4,000 times the speed of sound. She can even manipulate solar winds to fly through space. Unlike winds on Earth, which are just the movement of air molecules through the atmosphere, solar winds are streams of charged particles, mostly electrons and protons, ejected from the sun.
Almost as crazy as how she can breathe in the vacuum of space. She creates a mini atmosphere around herself by gathering, stray hydrogen atoms. Atoms, those are like really small last time I checked. Are these writers just giving her whatever powers they want now? How is that weather?
Aurora's abilities apply to any atmospheric conditions, whether they be in outer space or alternate dimensions. Essentially, anything even remote in outer space or
She could cast down calcium arrows from the skeleton belt floating above the cloud layer. Glassine fragments hanging within the clouds could focus light from the invisible sun, allowing her to fling ruby lasers from the skies. The possibilities are endless. That's what I was saying, man.
Essentially, anything even remotely considered weather.
Man, I wish I had crazy writers giving me random superpowers just because it's funny. That'd be awesome. Well, anyways, I'm gonna go use my rocket hands I've always had to get my beer out the fridge. Away!
What the fuck?
You wear underwear? Do I? Yeah, I do wear underwear. Yeah. What kind of underwear do you wear?
Everyone wears underwear. What the fuck?
Perhaps her most useful ability, though, is to sense changes in the weather with a pseudo-sixth sense. Aurora literally sees atmospheric patterns and energy as colors, with the world as her canvas.
She's so good with it, she could track a jet flying over New York while she was fighting the Shadow King in Wakanda. That's on the other side of the planet. Yeah, no wonder everyone thought she was a goddess. She is.
Aurora enjoyed all the worship and admiration until the day she was contacted by an American, Charles Xavier, with an interesting proposal.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Join the X-Men! Oh, pretty please, they were eaten by this living eyelid. It's a long story, but we're short-staffed.
Xavier founded the X-Men as a team of mutant superheroes that would attempt to mend race relations between Homo sapien and Superior through non-violent means.
Because what better way to teach kids in the 60s about the civil rights movement than with a bunch of good-looking, lily-white teenagers with superpowers from upstate New York?
Feeling she had spent enough time blessing the rains down in Africa, Aurora agreed and was assigned the codename Storm.
And she more than earned the spot. She's proven.
Made a tornado visible from space, reignited the ring of fire, created a globe-spanning storm in seconds, dodged beams of light, led her own team of X-Men, has defeated Cyclops, Polaris, Sinister, and Callisto. And, as a side note, was also a badass DLC character in Midnight Suns. If you haven't played Marvel Midnight Suns, it's a good game. I liked it, man. I really wish they did a sequel. They left it open for a sequel and then nothing. But her as a DLC character, she was one of the most OP characters in my opinion. Fucking had knockback, aerial effect attacks, chain attacks, could stun. Crazy, man.
Herself worthy to wield Mjolnir, led a war against the Inhumans, and even survived a blast from her own lightning.
This is impressive considering her lightning is powerful enough to match Polaris, who once used her powers to punch through Earth's crust all the way to the planet's core.
Damn.
Assuming she pulverized a cylinder of Earth all the way down, she had to have exerted over 15 teratons of TNT.
She once beat the mutant Callisto in unarmed combat, and Callisto has apparently mastered every single martial art known to man.
Despite her unbelievable power, Storm...
Okay, I feel like every superhero says that nowadays, right? Like, Batman says that, doesn't Captain America say that? Like, Iron Fist, fucking Callisto, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like everyone and their grandma knows how to throw hands nowadays. It's like, I've mastered every combat style known to man. Like, bullshit, man.
Has trained extensively in hand-to-hand combat.
Really?
Get it? It also probably didn't hurt that she's fast enough to dodge literal beams of light. Oh, but did you get it, though?
Nope! And after kicking Callisto's ass, she became the queen of these sewer-dwelling mutants called the Morlocks. She really just couldn't escape being worshipped, could she? Even by grody underground monster people.
Well, she later married the Black Panther to...
Come on, don't... That's exactly why they live underground, man, because people treat them like that. Don't be a dick. Everyone always forgets about the Morlocks, man, but they're there. They just want to live their lives and be normal, but they're there.
And became queen of Wakanda too, so she really runs the gamut.
But even demigods have their Achilles heels. That plane crash from her childhood left her crushed under rubble for days, giving her a bad case of claustrophobia that rears its ugly head every once in a while.
But that's not enough to stop this queen.
No, she
Scott
gets over it.
Summers, Storm became the leader of the X-Men, because of course she did.
And when Geordi LaForge eventually came crawling back, the two fought over who would lead the team.
Despite Scott literally being able to shoot death lasers from his eyes, Storm kicked his ass. And even better, she didn't even have her powers at the time.
As it should be, because there's no one more devoted to her team than Storm is. She may be an Omega-level mutant, but her greatest superpower is her bottomless compassion.
Mess with her team, and you'll watch as Aurora's heart of gold quickly turns to ice, as she quite literally steals your breath away.
Testing me, It's time you remembered why they call me Storm.
But yeah, like, for real, even during Midnight Suns, I was talking about it, man. That's her whole thing. She's, like, teaching you how to be a leader and stuff. Because she is willing to do anything for her team. You know, it's not going to come into play in this because it's a one-on-one fight, but like if there was a situation where it's, you know, her or her team, she'll give her life, no questions asked, any day of the week, man. It's It's one of the reasons she's one of my favorite X-Men. Is I like those kind of heroes. The heroes who understand, it's not about them. It's not about the fame. It's not even about really saving people. It's about protecting the things you care about, protecting the people that can't do it. So if giving her life protects her friends, protects the planet, whatever, she's gonna do it.
Alright, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, if you're dealing with the emotional weight of leading the X-Men or maintaining the balance of the elements, or, normal stuff because it's 2021 and everything's on fire.
How much better session for why
Everything's still on fire.
I'm so bored.
Bro.
Your powers are impressive, but you lack discipline.
Yeah.
I'm the Avatar, master of all elements. You want to see for yourself? Of course, Avatar. I'll show you what an X-Men can do.
About to whoop your ass. What she's gonna do? Air fight. What a fucking jerk. It's a cocky little shit, huh? Come on.
Living the dream. Let's go.
So I got myself a DNA kit from myheritage.com, and I've got to say,
Water, lightning, and airbending? Starting to feel a little less special here.
Yeah, she can't bend that. She don't manipulate metal.
I am Sal the Conqueror. My son Jesse. Mutant. You find me.
The Sonic the Hedgehog?
Who are you? Answer me!
Freak of nature. Freak.
Gotta get out. Gotta get out.
Come on.
Jean Logan, I won't let you down.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's no way she's gonna just... Superheroes don't give up, man. They don't just roll over and die.
I'll never be safe.
Fuck you, cabbage guy.
You're no bender.
Oh, she's a goddess. She's about to put you in your place. Oh, no. Come on, Storm. Back to the real world? Oh, shit, what happened? She came in the spirit realm, she's gonna beat her where she's her strongest. Come on. Aw, damn it. Don't give up, Storm, come on. No way.
I know what you are, Spirit of Storms. Exactly.
Yeah, get her ass. That's what happens when you fuck with an X-Man. Headshot.
You fought fought nobly, Avatar.
KO! I think I just queen shit myself. This fight
God
wasn't
damn it.
totally straightforward. Korra can dominate most fighters pretty easy with her raw bending power and martial arts skills, especially with the Avatar state. Not even
Does he know beer bending? Is that what that was? What the fuck?
some of the best benders on the planet like Zahir and Kuvira could stand up to her at her best.
However, despite Korra's awesome Avatar powers, she found herself outmatched by Storm's skill, precision, and overwhelming force. For instance, Storm's massively hypersonic flight and ability to sense and control weather across the planet meant she could always fight safely from a distance.
Korra's trained in martial arts from birth, but even if she did manage to get in close and fight hand-to-hand, Storm's experience with the X-Men and defeating Callisto meant she could keep up.
While Korra may have fought people who can dodge lightning, Storm can dodge literal beams of light. Even just using her flight speed exiting the atmosphere, she'd still be nearly 20 times faster than Korra.
Korra did have access to elements like fire and earth that Storm didn't. If she somehow found out about Storm's claustrophobia, she could theoretically trap her in some rocks to exploit it.
But Storm would be more than powerful enough to just break out. Her lightning was strong enough to match Polaris, who punched a hole in the earth all the way down to its core.
Yeah, ultimately, Storm was just way more powerful. Remember that planet-sized storm she created? Well, I know clouds are lighter than air, but those are a shit ton of clouds and need a lot of work to move around.
Yeah.
By measuring their volume and
Hard
the
to
speed
move
at
a
which
cloud.
they moved, the energy Storm needed for this would be over 500 exatons of TNT, about 250 times more powerful than what Korra could output.
And considering this is the same woman who was powerful enough to reignite an artificial star, results like that aren't outliers.
Even taking the fight to the spirit world wouldn't have helped, considering Storm has manipulated alien weather from outer space and alternate dimensions. She'd have no problem adapting there. And considering Storm's powers are genetic in nature, not spiritual, Korra would not be able to depower her with energy bending.
And none of that is counting the ways Storm could have ended the fight right off the bat, like sucking the air right out of Korra's lungs or generating a lightning storm in her brain.
Korra was a tenacious, unrelenting opponent, but Storm's massive range, precise control, deadly skill, and unbelievable power won her this fight.
Don't get bent out of shape. Korra just couldn't weather the storm.
The winner is Storm.
Hell yeah.